I am going to teach you chapter number 3, Dynamics of class 9th. In the previous chapters, we studied about mechanics. Mechanics is the branch of physics which deal with the motion of objects. It has two types. First is the kinematics, the other one is the dynamics. In kinematics, we have studied the changes in the motion only. Our understanding about the changes in the motion is of little value without knowing its causes. So students, the mechanics branch kinematics only deal with motion. It does not deal with the causes and effects of the motion. Introduction of the chapter. We will discuss about difference between dynamics and kinematics, momentum, force and inertia. We will also learn about Newton's law of motion and their physical significance, difference between weight and mass. We will also discuss tension and acceleration in the string, relation between force and momentum. Law of conservation of momentum. We will also learn about friction, its types and daily life examples of friction. We will describe circular motion and its terms like centripetal force, centrifugal force, and applications of circular motion like banking of floor, washing dryer, what is the principle of washing dryer and what is the purpose of banking of rod. We will also discuss screen separator. What is the dynamics? The branch of mechanics that deals with the study of motion of an object, the causes of its motion is called dynamics. While in kinematics we only deal the motion of objects. Newton's law of motion are of fundamental importance in understanding the causes of motion of a body. Before we discuss these laws, it is appropriate to understand various terms such as force, momentum and inertia. First we will discuss what is the force. As you can see in the figure, a batsman is changing the direction of a moving ball by pushing it with his bat. In the next figure, a goalkeeper needs a force to stop a ball coming to him as shown in figure. Again, in the third figure, a force may not always cause a body to move. Let's see in the figure. This figure shows that a force may not always cause a body to move. A force moves or tends to move, stops or tends to stop the motion of a body. It is a vector quantity and its unit is Newton on the name of famous physicist Isaac Newton. There are also some practical examples. You can cut an apple with a knife by pushing its sharp edge into the apple. Thus, a force can also change the shape or size of a body on which it acts. Inertia. Galileo observed that it is easy to move or to stop lighter objects than heavier objects. Heavier objects are difficult to move or if moving then difficult to stop. Newton concluded that every body resists to its change in its state of rest or uniform motion in straight line. He called this property of a matter as inertia. He related the inertia of a body with its mass. Greater is the mass of a body, greater is its inertia. So the definition of inertia is, it is the property of a body due to which it resists any change in its state of rest or motion. You can see in this picture a small bullet can badly destroy an apple, or even it can penetrate through a small metal strip if the velocity of the bullet is very high. You can see in that picture, when a large ship, even moving with very small velocity, it causes a heavy damage in the other ship. This is the impact created by a heavy ship, but keep in mind that the colliding ship has large mass but low velocity. This picture described the high velocity object but having small mass. This picture described heavy mass but low moving object, and that shows the impact factor. So from these figures we understand that both things are matter, velocity and mass. In order to solve this problem, science introduced a new topic, that is the momentum. Momentum of a body is quantity of motion it possesses due to its mass and velocity. Its symbol is capital P. Equation: P is equal to mv, while m is the mass, v is the velocity. As velocity is a vector quantity, hence momentum is also a vector quantity. Its unit is kg meter per second. Newton's first law of motion. First law of motion deals with the bodies which are either at rest or moving with uniform speed in a straight line. So Newton's first law will not applicable on accelerating objects. This law is also called the law of inertia. According to Newton's first law of motion, a body at rest remains at rest provided no net force acting on it. This part of law is true as we observe that objects do not move by themselves unless someone moves them. For example, a book lying on a table remains at rest as long as no net force acts on it. Similarly, a moving object does not stop moving by itself. A ball rolled on a rough surface stopped earlier than that rolled on a smooth ground. It is because rough surface offer greater friction. If there would be no force to oppose the motion of a body, then moving body would never stop. That's why this is also called law of inertia, because its statement is similar to the statement of inertia as we discussed previously. Now we discuss some manifestos of Newton's first law of motion. As you see in the picture, the airbag and the seat belt. Students, why we need airbags and seat belt? Because when we applied brakes, suddenly the brakes stop the cars, not us. In order to stop us, we need some airbags and seat belt, because according to first law of motion we will move in the forward direction because there is no net force acting on us if there is no airbag and seat belt. According to